I'll be honest, I was skeptical. Not about the game, about the company. Because when I found out HoYoverse's, the same studio behind Genshin Impact, the same people who pioneered the art of making you spend money on digital wishes, had made a cozy life sim, I figured it was just cute packaging for the same old spending traps. Then I got access to the Stardrift test, and went in looking for the catch. What I found instead actually caught me off guard. Hi friends, Blumabel here, and welcome back to AfterPlay. Today we're talking about Petit Planet's Stardrift test, which opened on the 23rd of April. I was lucky enough to get selected. I've been playing every single day, and I want to give you the full picture. What this game actually is, what's genuinely changed from the first Coziness Test back in November, and all the things that nobody really warned me about before I started. Let's get into it. Okay, so at its core, Petit Planet is a life sim where you're a planet tender. You arrive at your own tiny planet floating in something called the Star Sea. You plant a Luca seed, which is the actual heart of everything, and as that seed grows into a tree called the Luca Arbor, your entire world grows with it. Not in a complete these three quests and an area unlocks way, but in a I watered the tree this morning and somehow there's a whole beach in our way. The ocean just appeared. Yungo ran over and was very excited about it. I stood there for a moment, genuinely just taking it in. And the game runs on real time. Like Animal Crossing, your clock is the planet's clock. Resources reset overnight, crops grow over a real day. The game is not gonna let you sit there and binge for 6 hours, and honestly, that's one of the best decisions they made. But I'll come back to that. The comparison to Animal Crossing is gonna come up a lot, and it's fair. You have your fishing rod, your bag net, your neighbors, your little home to decorate, but the space setting makes it feel completely distinct. And once the multiplayer side of things opens up, it does something Animal Crossing never really cracked. More on that too. Now, if you were in the first Coziness test last November, I want you to pay attention here because the Stardrift test is meaningfully different. Not just polished, actually different. The biggest one? Full voice acting. Every cutscene, every neighbor, every piece of story voiced. In English, Japanese, and Chinese. The first beta had barely any. What we have now completely transforms the opening hours. Mobai, your little wise planet guardian who is obsessed with adding things to tea, he sounds exactly what he looks like. Warm, wise, slightly ancient, and Yunguo's voice is just perfectly, earnestly sweet. I'm obsessed with her. They've also added 7 languages now: French, Russian, Thai, Indonesian, Chinese, which means HoYoverse's are taking the global audience for this game very seriously from day one. Android support is also in for the first time. The first test was PC and iOS only. And this one's smaller, but I love it. You can now customize the main station and the parking lot separately, which sounds minor until you're trying to build a cohesive looking planet and there's just this blocky structure you can't do anything with. So what does a day actually look like? Because I think this is the bit that's going to decide whether Petit Planet is a game for you or not. Here's what I do every day. I do a full loop of the planet, gathering flowers, mushrooms, fruit, wood, all of it respawns overnight. Then I dig up every dirt mound I can find. There are about 4 or 5 scattered around the planet each day, and this is important. Buried in those mounds are meteorite fragments, which is one of the only ways to get this specific material for crafting. After that, daily quests, all quick, non-stressful, and then I check the Stardash app on my in-game phone. Your neighbors post delivery orders. They want meals cooked and delivered. You cook them, you drop them off, you get paid. Up to 3 per day. Honestly, it's the most reliable way to earn dough. That's your main currency, and it's just fun. It's basically in-game just eat, and I love it every time. And the one thing nobody really told me before I started, don't place your buildings randomly at the beginning. At first, they stay wherever you put them, and it is very tempting to just plunk things down immediately. But once you progress far enough, you unlock the Planetmaker, and that's where the real control comes in. With Planetmaker, you get a full bird's eye view of your planet. You can move buildings, reposition your neighbors' houses, rearrange everything however you want. And further down the progression, and this one the community is genuinely buzzing about, you unlock terraforming. Cliffs, rivers, waterfalls, you can create them or remove them. Your planet isn't just something you decorate, it's something you shape. Patience on the placement, it pays off. Let me talk about farming for a second, because I wasn't sure what to expect here, and I was pleasantly surprised. Farming in Petit Planet is not a spend your entire evening micromanaging a spreadsheet of crops situation. It's genuinely simple. You plant, you water, you go and do something else. Most early crops take about a real life day to grow. Some regrow after harvest, so you don't have to replant everything. And your farming plots start small. The game limits how many crops you can plant at first, but they expand as your planet grows, which keeps it from feeling overwhelming early on. The bit that I think is genuinely clever, you can mix seeds in the same plot. Plant wheat next to tomatoes in the same area and you might grow a mutant crop, a giant crop, something completely unexpected. The game actually introduces this idea in an early mission, so it doesn't just leave you to figure it out alone, which I appreciated. And fertilizer? You can make it from basically anything. I mean, you can fertilize crops with rocks. I have questions about the science, but I'm not gonna ask them. Also, and this is a nice touch, once you build up your friendship with Yungo to a certain level, she will water your crops for you. Automatically. She just does it. Which is so in character for her, I almost cried a little. Okay, decorating. I have feelings about this. Inside your home, you can change wallpapers, flooring, furniture, windows, the full thing. Outside, you can paint your own paths with an actual little roller. You can place bridges, ramps, stairs, lanterns, and the game will let you know if you're doing it right. Mobai will literally evaluate your house decor if you ask him. Your interior design is being judged, and honestly, same. The furniture you unlock is tied to your neighbors. Each one has their own aesthetic, and the blueprints they give you, via something called inspo cards, match who they are. Yungo's pizzas have this gorgeous bamboo, Eastern-inspired style. Narina, who is a jellyfish neighbor, gives you these beautiful mermaid oceanic pieces. So as you get closer to your neighbors, your planet starts to look like them. I find that really sweet. Your neighbors' houses also evolve. When they first move in, they have these tiny temporary homes. After a few days, they give you the blueprint for the real house, and each one is completely unique. Yungo's bamboo home is stunning. Rebella, the Gemith who is obsessed with rocks, has this beautiful stone-heavy aesthetic. Upgrading those houses requires materials, not just money, which keeps you engaged in actually gathering and exploring rather than just grinding currency. And then there's Planetmaker and terraforming down the line. I keep coming back to this because I think it's the thing that will separate Petit Planet from other life sims at launch. The ability to actually shape the land, to build cliffs and rivers, to move entire buildings around, that's not something you see in many cozy games. And the fact that it's locked behind progression means you appreciate it when you get there. Right, I need to tell you about the Archiboos, because I completely overlooked these at first, and then I looked closer and went, oh, this is clever. Archiboos are these little spirit creatures that are drawn to your planet as it grows. They're adorable, tiny, cloud-like, and they're tied directly to the activities you spend your time doing. There are 5 types. The white ones can be gathered by all activities and they appear the most. Blue ones are fed by beachcombing, fishing and watering. Yellow ones love cooking, crafting and chopping trees. Red ones want you to mine rocks, dig dirt and pick mushrooms. And green ones are happiest when you are catching bugs, farming and harvesting. So whatever you naturally enjoy doing in the game, you're feeding a specific type of Archiboo. And once you have them, you can gift them to your neighbors, and they'll help those neighbors tend to their own activities. The whole thing runs on something called vitality, the sounds and energy of a living planet, and the Archiboos just respond to it. Honestly, the more I think about this mechanic, the more I realize it's the game rewarding you for playing your way, not telling you to do everything equally, just do what you love and the planet notices. The hobbies themselves are all genuinely enjoyable too. Fishing is the most relaxing fishing system I've used in a long time. You cast, you wait about 2 seconds, you press a button. Done. Some fish require a little more timing, but it never crosses into stressful. Bug catching is simple for most bugs, but a few need you to sneak up. And the shore dwellers, the crabs and lobsters, will literally fight back. One of them pinched me and I fell over. 10 out of 10 experience. In the Eco House, which is unlocked through Morse, your ecologist neighbor starts as a little tank for your caught creatures and slowly grows into a whole museum you can walk through. Each section changes visually based on what you've collected. It's one of the most satisfying things in the game to watch fill up. Once your planet grows enough, you get your car, and with it starts Sea Voyages. The UI has been completely overhauled from the first test. It's so much more whimsical now. These little islands floating in space, and you pick 2 neighbors to bring with you. They'll even gather materials while you explore if you ask them to. Which again, very helpful on the days I just don't like fishing. You have a limited number of batteries, 2 per day from the machine, so exploration stays special. You're not driving around aimlessly. You're choosing where to go, what to look for, which island has a question mark on it that you haven't visited yet. And then there's the Galactic Bazaar, the multiplayer hub, which is a whole thing. There's a rhythm minigame on stage, a prize wheel, a word chain game by a bonfire called Riffy's Campfire Story Time, a cafe where you sit down and chat with other players in proximity. Step away from the table, conversation ends. It's such a small detail and it makes it feel genuinely special rather than just a lobby. You can also visit other players' planets directly, and the permission system this time is much more customizable. You can let anyone visit freely, lock it to friends, let people grab materials or not. Total control. Which matters when your planet is starting to look actually nice and you don't want strangers digging it up. Okay, the question. I know you have it, I had it, where is the gacha? Here's what I can tell you. In the Stardrift test, there is no traditional gacha banner. No pulls, no pity system, no RNG praying. What they have instead is the Curio Emporium, which is a walk-in shop, and I mean that literally. You walk in. It's a themed space, and you buy items in order. You can't skip to the thing you actually want, you have to work through the collection piece by piece using Miralumis you earn from daily activities. It is genuinely more of a battle pass than a gacha, and the daily tasks that generate your currency are just the normal gameplay. Catching fish, giving gifts, cooking, so you're not grinding for something separate. You're just playing and being rewarded. Could this change at full release? Honestly, maybe. I'm not naive about it, but based on what's here right now, the economy feels fair. And fair for a HoYoverse free-to-play game is not something I say lightly. So, is Petit Planet for you? If you want a game to sink 6 hours into in one sitting, this will frustrate you. The daily limits are real, the game will tell you to come back tomorrow. This is a feature, not a bug, but I understand if it's not your style. If you want something that becomes part of your morning the way a cup of tea does, something that grows with you, never demands more than you have, and gives you genuinely warm characters to come home to every day, then yes, genuinely yes. My little planet is growing, and I find myself thinking about it when I'm not playing, which is honestly the highest compliment I can give a life sim. Let me know in the comments, are you in the Stardrift test too? What's your planet name? And if you've spotted any tiny details I haven't mentioned yet. Please let me know because you know I love them. That's it for today, friends. As always, stay curious, stay cozy, and keep exploring. Take care!